Oh. This is the one that was blown up. Court announcement, all rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Orla Shipley. Ora Shipley. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Must we waste words on this? Prosecutor Simon Blackwell, known as the Twisted Samurai. He's a prosecutor who's also convicted felon. They say he never conducts a trial without his lawyer Hawk Tucker by his side. Mr. Wright, it's been quite a while since I've seen you like that. The lawyer image suits you. You look younger somehow. Thank you, Your Honor, and you look as young as ever yourself. Ha ha ha, well, I have to keep up with you folks after all. By the way, has the defendant arrived in court yet? Surely you jest your baldness. Did you not receive the memo? The defendant, Ora Shipley, is an orca at Shipshape Aquarium. An orca? Arrangements for this trial were made only yesterday, so I didn't have time to review. But an orca as a defendant? It's patently absurd. Director comments to the defense. He's the absurd fellow who insisted on defending the orca in court in the first place. Absurd or not, I will carry out my duty to defend my client. Your duty to defend your crying aunt? Don't you mean your crying orca, Mr. Wright? If we are to proceed, we must treat the orca as we would any other defendant. Every soul, be it of man or beast, is of equal value. The question is whether that soul is painted in black or white. Take Tucker, for example. He is as human in spirit as you or I. The real question is, am I in for more pain, as always? Orca or not, I suppose the defendant is still the defendant, and I vow to render my verdict fairly and impartially. Now then, Prosecutor Blackwell, your opening statement, if you would. I suppose I can hardly leave it to someone who knew nothing of the defendant. Very well, listen carefully. The orca murdered the owner of the Shipshape Aquarium in the aquarium's orca pool. The orca apparently toyed with the victim mercilessly as he died. A sadistic orca? What a chilling thought. And where exactly is the defendant now? Inside this. A cell phone, Prosecutor Blackwell? Time marches on, your baldness, with or without us. I borrowed this TV phone for the aquarium, which will allow us to interact with the orca. A TV phone? Very well. The court accepts it into evidence. We will be able to view the defendant in question on this large monitor. Fulbright, prepare for transmission. Ha ha ha! You've got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. We will proceed with the defendant on telecast. So that is the orca that stands accused, is it? Aw, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on. Orla! Wish Phoenix and Athena luck. Oh, it's quite cute, isn't it? And this adorable creature is suspected of killing a man. Orla's really pouring on the charm, huh? She is far from cute. She is a violent, reckless animal. That's right. The name's Bobby Fulbright, and I'll take over explaining from here. Now, if I could direct your attention to this diagram of the crime scene. Following the report of an orca attack, we, the police, raced on over to Shipshape Aquarium. There, we found a guest who says she saw the orca and the victim from the visitor's corridor. As the witness was watching, the orca suddenly went crazy and attacked the victim. The orca was the only one there. Therefore, no one else could have committed the crime. It's not quite finished, but I have a portion of the autopsy report here. I can't imagine the terror of being attacked underwater by such a large creature. But attack it did. Prepare yourself for the grisly details, your baldness. Prosecution moves to introduce our witness, Fulbright. You got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. In justice we trust. One brave lady who's fine since the justice compelled her to speak. Coming right up. It's gotta be the plume. How dare you make me wait? Don't you know I'm a busy woman? I could have written an entire book for all the time I was spent in that wobby. Prosecutor Blackwell. Well? I am Norma de Prume, and I am a non-fiction writer. Am I the only one who isn't telepathic here? Looks like she can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts. Not everything needs to be a competition, Athena. What? Norma de Plume? Great non-fiction writer Miss Norma de Plume herself? I've read all of your works and enjoyed them immensely. Your million seller, The Great Grief of the Great Thief, is one of my favorites. Oh, are you a fan, Your Honor? I wish I could give you my autograph if you like. Wait a second. I could swear you look much different in the photos in your book. Well, I used ones from 10 years ago in my book so that paparazzi won't harass me. The judge seems so shocked. The visual disconnect must really be doing a number on his honor's head. Can we get started, please? If I find you to be working as a judge, you will see your debut in my books. Such harsh comments! You really must be the real Norma de Plume. Who knew Miss de Plume was so famous? Enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw and keep it brief. I would thank you to not order me around. I am perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was a moment of the murder. Very well, then please proceed with your testimony. The moment of the murder. I went to Ship-Shape Aquarium to see the killer whale. As I'm watching the killer whale from the visitor's corner, I suddenly went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with his huge mouth and deadly teeth. Then to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately. I know exactly what's wrong here. That adorable defendant really did all that. It must be much more vicious than it looks. Now deliver your judgment on the very sentence. There is an easy way to already disprove this, and I can show you. The defense would like to do some defending first, if that's alright. Must you drag yourself with your tomfoolery? Defense always has the right to cross-examine the witness, you know. A fellow inmate told me just this morning. If you want something signed, all you need is a document and a witness. Let me guess, they were convicted for contract fraud, right? All we need in this case is the evidence and a witness to convict. It's as simple as that. Looks like I guessed right. Sorry, but as Mrs. Sykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine it. Isn't that correct, Your Honor? Yes, of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. I shall relish the sight of you thrashing around in vain.
Hold it!
I already know what to do. Why did you want to see the orca? Well, it is a feature attracting the aquarium after all. Why waste energy on such tripe? There is but one attraction in Ship-Shape Aquarium that is worth anyone's time, and that is the penguins. Isn't that right, Taka, my friend? Alrighty then, I guess Prosecutor Blackwell is for birds. Guess I should jot that down. Note to self, Prosecutor Blackwell is on Team Rifle. And so you want to see the orca in the tank? Yes, that's right. Let's just try to do this right now.
Objection!
What? Are you kidding me? That was the scene of the crime.
Hold it!
The orca suddenly went crazy, did she? She took a look at me and then all at once she started going berserk. Did you do anything to make her angry? I did nothing more than simply glare at it from the visitor's corridor. She glared at Orla. And that's what caused her to go berserk. The reason the defendant went mad is not the issue here. Only what she did once she entered that state. In any case, the killer whale began behaving wildly in front of my very eyes, and then...
Objection!
Ha! There you go. It would seem that you are mistaken, Miss de Plume. I beg your pardon. The autopsy report does indeed say death thought to be a result of orca attack. But the actual cause of death is contusion from head trauma, not being bitten. What? But I'm sure the victim was bitten. I don't believe that can be true. The security footage doesn't show anything. Just as I suspected, I knew you would peek at the footage behind Fulbright's back. Well, what did you expect when he wouldn't play nice and chair? But unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only one small part. Huh? Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all the evidence. Taka, the evidence I gave to you for safekeeping. Guess that hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright and Blackwell's book. Very well, let's view the footage. What's this? The orca's biting the victim? No way! I've said this appears to be very evidence. No, I can't believe Orla really bit him. And there is more. Look at this. This photograph was taken while the body was being examined. There seems to be a strange bruise on the victim's right wrist. I have the crime lab examine the bruise and calculate its relevance to the case at hand. What's important right now is evidence that points to the orca as the killer. Look at the left side of the body. See the orca's tooth marks in the victim's clothes? Yes, they do appear to suggest that she did in fact bite the victim. I told you so, and then a killer whale swam up toward the surface and bit in its mouth. However, in the autopsy report, the cause of death is contusion from head trauma. You are much too impetuous, Wright, Donald. Granted, the orca biting the victim was not the cause of death. The witness was mistaken about that. The one explanation is that therefore the witness saw. Did I not say in the beginning the orca toyed with the victim mercilessly? My goodness! After killing the victim, the defendant swam around with his dead body in her mouth. Just like any other predator toying with its prey. Mr. Wright! The hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear. Fear of Orla. So the defendant bit the victim after she had killed him. But if that's the case, then we must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have a sound theory to give to this court? It wouldn't be standing here if I couldn't prove whether the orca's heart was black or white. But Orla is black and white, her body, I mean. Athena, please try not to provoke Prosecutor Blackwell. This witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think back, word mistress. Think back to what you observed before the orca bit the victim. I see what you're driving at. So that's what was the true moment of the murder, was it? Now explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand. There you go again. Order me a while. Stop that this instant. But whatever. I don't mind telling my story. I saw the kill whale before I told you the body as well. I saw it the moment it killed the victim by headbutt. Orla killed the victim by headbutting him? That's right, it went the victim over and over again. Recall that the autopsy report stated that there were bruises all over his body. Recall as well how persistent the defendant can be when she attacking her prey. And we all just saw the killer whale headbutting the victim in the footage, don't forget. Put it back to Mr. Plume's testimony. But there's also something very important it does not show. Now do you see what a menace this killer whale is? You don't see the victim in it. I'm sorry, but I can't allow your testimony to stand unchallenged. Looking at this footage, your orca certainly seemed to be headbutting something. But you'll note that something is not the victim. Oh! What? I want to look away, but I can't. Even if I was the victim, even if it was, you couldn't have seen him from where you were, could you? What? Oh, well, I suppose not. Mr. Plume, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant? Let's see. Oh, I remember now. As I recall, a walk in the shape of a skull was obstructing my view. So are you admitting that you couldn't see the victim? Yes, I suppose I am. However, immediately after the headbutting, the victim came floating up. He came up from behind the skull-shaped walk. His body was all limp. What else could I think he said that the killer whale was? Objection! But if you didn't actually see the moment of the attack itself, then it's pure conjecture. Must I do everything around here? How dare you speak so woo-wee to me? There's no need for a stare. Clear your mind and recall how you reach your conclusion. Though you couldn't see what the orca was attacking, you did need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior. Oh! 1 year ago? That's right. Yes, that's it. That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim. I'm sorry, but could someone explain exactly what happened a year ago? If you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year in which the defendant murdered her trainer. What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say? What? Is this really true? This is not looking good for us. It's all in this book. That book? The Killer Whale? That's Mr. Plume's latest work. I was just thinking of picking that up. Last year, the defendant killed a trainer in the middle of a show. The orca headbutted and bit the victim. The same thing she's accused of in this case. The orca killed 2 people. That thing is a menace. Guilty, guilty, I say. I never want to go to the beach again. No, everyone's even more convinced that Orla did it. We were doing so well. But now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it. But it's hard to keep on believing in somebody who can't even tell me her side. Venus Athena, you gotta believe in Orla. There's no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her. Please, I'm begging you. Sasha, what am I doing doubting my client like this? This is the time to be strong. I believe in Orla and I'm ready to fight for our clients. I'll take everybody in the courtroom on if I have to. Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the very end. Thank you, both of you. We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now. For an instant there, you were afraid of the orca, weren't you, Wright? Don't know. When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me. He saw right through me. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the orca. It's true that Orla can't speak and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too. And what do you know about orcas? Nothing, that's what. So allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales. So killer whales really are killers? What terrifying creatures indeed. I can't bear to hear any more of such rubbish as trusting a killer. Can you view your boldness? No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know. Dullard, you don't know when to give up, do you? Very well, I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no quarter and lay the full truth on them. Oh, but of course, that is what I do after all. Prosecutor Blackwell, what will you have the witness testify about? I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard. What she heard? Very well, Mr. Bloom, please tell the court what you saw and what you heard. Another